can take for is just to substitute the defendant's witness. Was filed on the 9th of May, 2025. Filed. It's dated 7th May, but filed on the 9th.
Yes.
Man, please don't distract us. Madam, don't distract us. Don't distract us.
My Lord, I seek to move in terms of the application dated 7th May 2025. I'm very grateful.
Hello, shall not be open.
That's the company. Very grateful.
Hello, today's mission is for trial, and we are ready to proceed. And permission. Joy.
Yes. Good morning. Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you. Yes.
I can barely hear.
Do you have your Bible?
My Bible, yes, I do.
So you hold your Bible and listen. Repeat after me. I mention your name.
I, Joy Ejeke.
Swear in Almighty.
I didn't get that.
I mention your name.
I, Joy Ejeke.
Swear in the name of Almighty God.
Swear
In the name of God
in the name of the Almighty God
that the evidence shall give
that the evidence I shall give
in this
in this case
shall be
shall be the truth,
the oath
the whole truth,
and not
and nothing but the truth.
so help me.
So help me God.
You can put it. My Lord, the Son of
Yes, ma'am.
It's echoing.
so many people.
Yes, sir. Let me just leave. Then we can use. Okay. Hello, it was attached to the originating application. The amended. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Dated 6th of February. Filed on the 8th of February 2020. It's dated 6th of February 2020. 2020. Yes.
Hello. I can't hear.
You are not saying
Okay.
Yes, the other one.
No, my Lord.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, tell this court your name.
My name is Mrs. Joy Ejike. And
Where
my
do you live?
address is 161 Allegheny Drive, Pembina Highway, Winnipeg, Manitoba in Canada.
Number one,
the address again.
the address is
My address is 169 Allegheny, spelled Allegheny Drive, Pembina Highway. Winnipeg is the city. Manitoba is the province. Country is Canada.
Do you recall having deposed to an oath
Yes.
in dated 8th February 2023? Dated 6th of February 2023.
Yes. Mhm.
Do you wish to adopt the oath as the evidence in this case?
Yes, I wish to adopt the oath as an evidence in this case because it was duly signed by me.
Yeah, I would like to refer you to some certain paragraph in the statement on oath.
Okay, go ahead.
In paragraph 3 of your statement on, you made mention of a letter
just that's obvious.
paragraph 3, paragraph 4, paragraph 16, paragraph 21, paragraph 26, paragraph 28, Paragraph 30. Paragraph 36. Paragraph 41. Paragraph 45. Paragraph 46. Paragraph 48. No, paragraph 49. Paragraph 51. Paragraph 52. 52. 5. That's all. Yes. And then you're supposed to a certificate of compliance. Hello, Mrs. Joy.
Yes,
You're supposed to a certificate of compliance in pursuant to section 84, subsection 4 of the Evidence Act 2011.
I want all the paragraph you quoted to serve as an
I will go to that stage.
Yes. Yes. You depose to a certificate of compliance.
okay.
What do you want this honorable court to do with this certificate of compliance?
I want the Honorable Court to use this certificate of compliance to judge or to use it as an exhibit or evidence to support my case with the defendant.
No problem. I started it well. Sorry, man. I skipped this. Sorry, man. My Lord, sorry. Mr. Judge, what do you want
Yeah.
this honorable court to do?
Still that will tender the. Seek to tender.
My Lord, we seek to tender this document and exhibit.
And let me see. First of March 2026. Whether were predicted first of this date. Before the 2020 is first of March. One dated first of March.
Yeah.
How about 2010? Okay. My Lord, just and some of them were not.
The list is long, so it's possible. 1 year.
This one, 12th of October. Well, October 2020. There's no such letter.
Yeah.
My Lord, upon the documents, you observe that there are two documents that are not even for those that don't exist. Yes, madam. Yes, madam. They are not even here. Okay, madam. I just wanted to say that there are two on the list that are not concluded. They are not dead. On the list dated 8th February. That's document 9. I'm objecting to some. Yes, madam. Okay, madam. I just wanted to refer to them only.
Very much. Well, we sincere apologies, man. Sorry, man. Four, five, six.
My Lord, I'm not objecting. Not objecting. Whether it's okay or not, I'm not objecting. Save that some documents are not. I've
It's
rearranged.
properly arranged according to this list.
Bring your slipper.
Stapler. Like, okay, come see. Sincere apologies.
Hello? I can't hear.
If you're like,
Yes,
Hello?
madam.
I can't hear. Okay.
I'm grateful, madam. Mrs. JK, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. I'm going to be asking you some questions.
Okay.
So my question to you is that, am I correct to say that you are literate? You are literate.
Yes, I am.
Do you have any document or recording before this court to show that you are coerced to write your resignation letter?
Please come again.
Any documents or recording to show she has alleged that she was forced to resign? So I'm asking if she has anything to show the court that she was coerced.
I was orally pressured to resign.
My question to you, man, do you have anything before this court to show that?
I do not have anything to show that because I was pressured by my superior officers via phone.
Allegation. So I'm asking you, you've said, oh, so I'm so sorry. Please go ahead.
I was being pressured by my superior officers to resign. Of course, there won't be any video recordings in their offices as proof to show that. So it was an oral pressure from them. Thank you.
So you have nothing at all before this court to support that allegation. As a copy. As a copy. Your resignation letter, that's Exhibit C3. Is there anywhere you stated therein that you were forced to resign?
If I get it correctly, you're asking me if in my resignation letter, if I stated I was forced to sign.
Yes,
I mean,
you said you are literate. So,
yes, I am.
so looking at Exhibit C3.
So I had an oral statement from the Human Capital Resource Manager by the person Obi Ibekwe then, that my appointment was terminated. So the best option was for me to tender resignation so as not to be blacklisted with CBN. And to enable me get another job, judging by my credibility with the banking sector. So of course, yes, I was orally pressured, like I said earlier on. Thank you.
The court is talking to you.
Yeah, what? I can't hear.
What is the name of the lady that asked you to resign?
Obi Ibekwe. She's the human resource management or human resource director. Then. And also it was said in the presence of my COO, that's my chief operating officer by name, Nkechi Arinzo. Ibekwe is spelled as Ibekwe.
Is there any document, is there anywhere in your resignation letter or any document before this court where you refer to any incident between you and Mrs. Honorary Duke? Is there any document or in a resignation letter where she referred to any incident or other incident between her and Mrs. Honorary Duke? One Mrs. Honorary Duke.
I was not given the opportunity to state my own side of the story. But if I heard you clearly, you are asking me if in my resignation letter, if I stated the incident that transpired.
You have to
Correct.
listen to what is talking to you. You have to listen carefully.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, I didn't hear. Please repeat. I can't hear you. It's echoing.
Is there any document that narrated the incident between you and one Mrs. Onari Duke before the court?
No document. I could not have stated that in my resignation letter.
You also said you've alleged that Mrs. Olari Duke is a non-executive director of the defendants. Do you have any document before the court to substantiate this position?
Honorary Duke is a non-executive member of the board.
My question to you, do you have any document before the court to support that fact which you have said?
If you check the defendant's letter-headed paper, you will see it
Please,
clearly
please.
stated.
You've tendered documents before the court. Do
Mhm.
you have any document to show that? That's my question to you.
On the letter-headed of the
What?
defendant, it is stated there that Honorary Duke is a non-executive member of the
Please hold
defendant.
on. The court is. Let them put me. You reconnect. Okay. Yes, madam. Madam, her depositions are 60 something paragraphs, madam. 60 something, close to 70. Yes, madam. Madam, that is what her allegation is, that someone who is an non-executive director came to the bank, and because she didn't attend to that person, she was dismissed. Her employment was, that's why she left.
Yes, ma'am.
When you want to talk, you promise.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, man?
Yes, I can.
Do you have anything to show that you ever had any personal dealings with Mrs. Honorary Duke or any complaints against you by her before this court?
Please repeat again so I could get the message clearly.
Before this court, anything to show that you had any transaction, any dealings with this Mrs. Honorary Duke or any complaints made against you?
Okay. On February 26th, 2000,
I'm not saying you should explain what happened on any day.
I have to explain what transpired.
It's in your pleading, it's in your evidence. I'm just asking you if you have anything to back that up.
Yes, I do.
Exhibit, what is that out of the documents you tendered today?
Is in paragraph.
Exhibit, not your witness deposition. Mr. Court, please. My question to her. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Court, please. I'm not disputing that, my lord, and I'm cross-examining her. That does she have any document before this court? As the court, she has talked about a chronology of events, and I'm asking her, my lord, that thing she has said that occurred, does she have anything to back that up? My lord, I'm cross-examining her to check even if the facts she has given to your lordship are correct or not. She could have even said she was in Ghana with Mrs. Honorary Duke. So, my lord, I need to cross-examine her in respect of that. If I don't, that will be deemed to have been admitted by the defendant. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm not saying she should bring documents. Yes, ma'am. My lord, I'm not sure. I'm only asking in respect of taking on that. If she has said, my lord, anybody can say that I came here yesterday before your lordship. It's only your lordship because this that will show that I don't have any matter before your lordship yesterday. Your evidence is that you were maltreated by employees of the defendant. Is that correct?
Let me answer your first question. You said if I had any dealings with Honorary Duke. I don't have any document to prove, but I had a personal relationship or a personal transaction with her on February 26, 2016.
That's right. So I've asked you.
So based on her complaint to the head office, I was summoned to the head office by the defendant.
Hello.
Hello?
Which dates do you have encounter with Honorary Duke?
February 26th, 2016.
Yes.
She visited the bank.
Yes. Yes, witness. Ask
She
the
vis-
ask
Yes, my lord. Oh, yeah. Sorry. After the encounter, what now happened?
Okay, she visited the bank and it was past 4. So right from the gate, no one stopped her from gaining access into the banking hall. She came into the bank. My FT officer welcomed her and asked her, how may we be of help to her? She demanded to see the branch manager. My FT officer went ahead and said, if there are transactions you want us to process, we can handle it here without you going to the second floor to see the branch manager. That was when she presented a check, which the FT officer, the funds transfer officer by name Kemi, received and started processing. Along the line, she insisted that she wanted to see the branch manager. So Kemi, the FT officer, pleaded with her, okay, why don't you go ahead, speak with the branch operations manager that was seated by her side. Whatever it is, we'll get it done and resolved for you in due time. That was when she came to my desk. I stood up, I welcomed her, I greeted her without knowing who she was or her portfolio with the bank. And she said to me that the timing on the wall clock was wrong. I looked at the timing on the wall clock. It says after 4. I checked my CCTV. It said after 4. I checked the CBN rate board that I do not have any authority to key in any date or whatever rate, because that is being done centrally from the head office. It said after 4. I checked my phones, I checked all gadgets. It was stating after 4. And I told her, please, ma, the time says it is after 4. But notwithstanding, we will still do your transaction. The next thing that came out of her mouth was that I should start looking for another job elsewhere. And that I didn't take that serious though, because okay. So she said I should look for another job. I was later summoned to head office. I started receiving calls from head office with lots of threats. The environment was no longer conducive for me. And before I could go to the head office, I was replaced. The bank replaced my position, replaced the fund transfer officer, Kemi, replaced the security guard that opened the gate for her to come in. So I had no other option. When I got to the head office, I met with my COO in the person of Nkechi Arinzo. And she told me emphatically clear that I do not have a stand here. Before we proceeded to the human resource capital manager, who told me I have to tender my resignation or being blacklisted by CBN.
You said you were summoned to the head office.
I can't hear you.
You said you were summoned to the head office.
Yes, I was.
The summons before the court.
I can't hear you.
The summons that was. Do you have a copy of the summon to the head office before the court? You said you were summoned.
I don't have a copy of that because I lost all my email. It was in the company's, the defendant's email group. So I don't have access to that anymore.
You. The court is taking. Do you know if the defendant had a handbook, employee handbook?
Please rephrase the question. I don't
You
understand.
know, while you were in the employment of the defendant, whether it had an employee handbook or manual. My lord, there's an allegation against the defendant that he was being what was I use that was dehumanized. And my lord, the handbook is very clear on steps to follow if an employee of the defendant is being dehumanized or being treated harshly. So, and that handbook is not before your lordship yet. But I'm asking if she knows if there's a handbook. And my follow-up question is going to be if she followed the rules in the handbook. The handbook is a contract between the claimant and the defendant. That's my question to her. So my question to you is, do you know if the defendant has a staff handbook or employee handbook in his employment?
Yes, the defendant has a staff Employee handbook.
Did you follow the steps in the handbook regarding harsh treatment on employees or maltreatment or humiliation against employees?
The incident in question happened.
Yes or no?
The incident in question happened on February 26th.
Please.
The incident in question happened February 26th, which happens to be on a Friday. I do not have access to the defendant's property as to what to be done or what not to be done at that point in time. I was summoned on a Monday, pressured to resign my appointment.
26 is about what happened between her and the two. My question now is about what happened between her and the two. Let me explain herself. And my time is going. Let me explain herself. No, it's missing evidence. She said the incident happened on Friday. On Monday, she was summoned to. And that's what I'm saying. My Lord, my question is not about 92 or what happened between her and hold on. My question is, let the answer, please. Answer. It's when the question happened on Friday 26th, February 2023. I was summoned.
2016, my friend.
2016. I was, yes, go ahead, witness. Said you were summoned.
I was summoned that same on first, which was on a Monday. Definitely, I had no access. I was not allowed access into the banking premises. And there was no way I could get across to the handbook to know what procedure or what not to do. I was pressured, I repeat, I was pressured to resign on that Monday morning. So I couldn't have had access to the defendant's handbook.
Yes.
Is your evidence that your incident, your transaction with Mrs. Onaidu was on Friday and you resigned the next Monday? Is that your evidence before this court?
Yes.
You resigned.
I was summoned and I was not given the opportunity to state my own fact of the case.
So
I was asked to resign.
On the Monday
Pressured
after that
to
Friday.
resign. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I was summoned.
And you resigned on that Monday. Is that your evidence?
Yes.
Okay. Answer my questions. In paragraphs 14, 18, and 19, you've made allegations that you were subjected to inhuman and intolerable conditions. My question to you again, this is moving on from the resignation. Did you comply with the provisions stated in the defendant's handbook on the procedure when you are being given such intolerable atmosphere to work with? That's not resignation.
My lord is a repetition, my lord.
My lord, that's what I say. Are you objecting or not?
You're repeating the same question. She already stated that on the first, they didn't give her access into the bank on the first.
My question, as God pleases. The handbook. Yes. Yes, my lord.
First of March.
My lord, my question, I explained to my lord before my lord started putting her down, that my question is not in respect of her incident with Honorary Duke. The claimant has said she was being dehumanized, not in respect of Honorary Duke's matter. That's what paragraph 14, 18, and 19 talk about. That was my question. And I explained to my lord, she's choosing to explain what happened between her and Honorary Duke. I've moved on from that. So when she's talking about incidents, she's talking about Honorary Duke. I've moved on from that. Paragraph 17, 14, 18, 19 say that
my lord, I will be
if you want to object, you stand up. You ask. There's a way you want.
Yeah, you said?
You said you were nice. The lawyer said now, did you follow the procedure in the staff handbook of the defendant?
Okay, I was not given the adequate time by the defendant to follow the procedure laid down in the handbook. I was not given that opportunity.
Yeah. Yes. I'm grateful. I'll be correct to say that at the time of your resignation, you had an outstanding loan with the bank, with the defendant?
I do not have an outstanding loan
You did not.
with the bank. Rather, I was pressured to.
JK. You say no.
Okay, no.
You have also said the defendant compelled you to take a loan. Am I correct to say that? In your evidence, in your examination in chief,
The defendant compelled me to take a loan.
how you want to explain to the court, or do you have anything to show where the defendant mandated you to take the loan? That's paragraph. Between paragraph 22 and paragraph 28 of our witness deposition. It's a long one, 63 paragraphs. Paragraphs 22 to 29. Oh, yes, my lord. That's what she's talking about. That the events leading to the purported debt obligation created by defendant on my current account above is as follows. That sometime in the year 2015, a client of the defendant in the ordinary course of the business. Let me mute this.
I can't hear you.
Belonging to one to be Triple Samuel Carford, domiciled at 60 Marina. After due processing and in line with the defendant's practice, the said NIP transfer and cash withdrawal was honored by the defendant through her staff, which includes me. That it later turned out the approval of the NIP transfer and cash withdrawal was granted by unsuspecting staff of the defendant to a fraudster who had posed as the original holder and authorized the date to the account. That following the transaction, the defendant penalized me by transferring the loss to me. As a result, the defendant issued a letter of caution to me where I was ordered to pay 2.4 million to defray the money withdrawn by the custom. That in order to enforce the repayment sanction, the defendant forced me to authorize the defendant to transfer the debt burden of 2.2 on a personal account as loan, and to empower the defendant to deduct the said sum therefrom for a period of 48 months effective from October 2015. That pursuant to the above, I protested and was also forced to issue a letter of authority consent dated 8 September 2015, allowing the defendant to impose or transfer the debt obligation to my personal account number, and I will be dismissed from the defendant's employment. That despite the letter dated 8 September 2015, the defendant rejected same further email and insisted that I should write and submit a revised letter of authority of counsel. Yes, please. My question to her was that she has said the defendant pressurized her to take the loan. She has presented a letter where she applied for the loan as a personal loan. Where does she have to show that she was pressurized to take that loan? That's my question to her. It's a personal loan. She has said the loan, the letter she wrote for the consenting to take that loan, she was being pressurized to do that. The document itself shows that she applied for a loan. And now she's saying that she was pressurized to take that loan. Which document, my lord? Yes, my lord. Huh? Don't you know the document you test? Oh, that should be exhibit. It's what dated 8 September. Exhibit C6. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, my lord. She consented to a loan. My lord, my lord. Please. Yes, my lord. My lord, with due respect. My lord, with due respect, this is a literate person. My lord, I'm not going there. It's the court pleases. But my lord, most of my questions, my lord is not allowing me to ask these questions. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. As the court pleases, that's the law. As the court pleases, my lord. As the court pleases, I understand that. C6. My lord, I'm asking the questions. My lord doesn't want me to ask that question because almost all the questions I'm asking, my lord, I'm my lord, I just said she applied for it. I'm not saying that she applied for it. What that document says is that she took X amount of money to defray. If she did not want to take it, she wasn't. But those are the facts in a statement of claim or a statement of facts. Even in her evidence that she's going to spread that for 48 months. That's why I was asking when she was giving a different story. I'm compressing my questions. My lord, if I don't finish, if an adjournment is not granted, I'll put that during the address statement. I've asked questions. My lord has let the witness go on the front of her own. 2 questions I've asked today, my lord has allowed her go on the front of her own. Listen to me. I'm listening, my lord. Yes, my lord. My lord, there are 2 different. I'm listening, my lord. I'm listening. I'm explaining back. My lord is asking the question. I'm explaining. I'm responding. I'm explaining.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. I can't hear now.
Said you are prepared to take a loan.
Okay. I was compelled to take a loan.
Is that not? Say it's not enough.
Because I wrote the, can I tell the story or how it all happened? Or what transpired that led to that? Okay. A check, like it was rightfully stated, Tobechukwu came to the bank for transactions. Some were cash and some were NIP transactions. So they were presented to the teller for cash, and the other one was presented to the FTO, that's the funds transfer, for NIP. And the late for the cash was, if I remember the name of the employee, I will mention their names. So they carried out their due diligence, confirming everything, and that was done before they brought it to me for authorization. So the money was paid and the transfer was done. Later, we were told that it was a fraudulent transaction. We were summoned to head office. That was in June. We were summoned to head office. So we told our own side of the story. We presented the bank with all that we had, radioscoping and NIP number and all that needed for the transaction to go. So they couldn't pass the debit into my account. They needed me to write a consent letter. But at that point in time, I was heavily pregnant, so they couldn't allow me do the writing then until I had put to bed. Then I resumed in September for work. We started again. I got a call. I wrote the first letter stating all that transpired and why I was asking for that loan, which I sent to Shegun in work ethics at the head office. That letter was rejected. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me go back. So in June, I proceeded on maternity leave. The defendant could not ask me for repayment of that money because of my condition. So when I resumed office in September, I got a mail from Work Ethics asking me to send in a consent letter so that they could give me soft landing for me to repay the money. My other staff who earned 72,000 naira was charged for 1,960,000. I can't hear you. Okay, the defendant compelled me to write a letter to reimburse the money. Okay.
No. I guided you so you should behave yourself. No, you're fighting. Taking it personally. I know. Just leave it at that.
Yes. Your next question.
In paragraphs 44, 43 and 44 of your witness statement, you claim that a sum of 4.290 million, 4,290,000 and 27 naira was deducted instead of 2.4 million. Do you have any reconciliation, any audit report to show this? Was that computation done by you, or you have an audit report to show this? 43 and 44. She has alleged
I have availed.
not deducted instead of another sum. So I'm asking if an audit was done for her to get
Yes.
that.
It's stated in my bank statement, which my
The response is stated in our bank statement. So, friend, I said, did she conduct an audit to get that figure? She said it's in her bank statement. That's exhibit C. Right? Yes, the dog. Eight. I know ladies chair is looking forward to Salah said.
See it, my lord. Yes.
My last question to you is that you've made an allegation that the defendant made negative recommendations about you. Do you have such recommendations before the court that stopped you from getting any new job? Paragraph 57. Yes, ma'am. 57 of our witness statement. Please, what's your response?
please repeat.
At paragraph 57, you've alleged that the defendant made negative recommendations against you. So do you have such examples of such negative recommendations which have stopped you from getting another job? That's your evidence in paragraph 57.
Well,
I think she
Judging from all that transpired between myself and the defendant, the news was not palatable. And even when I applied to other jobs with them as referees, those jobs were declined.
Another would be for the defendant's cross-examination. I'm grateful, my lord.
Thank you.
No, my lord. No, my lord.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Hmm?
November. What of 11? 11 to November. Yes. Witness, you are discharged. You are done. You can leave now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Honorable Court, for giving me the opportunity to speak up, which I never had.
But